So a couple months back, I bought 10 different medicine balls, 6 wall balls, 2 rubber balls, 2 slam balls, and I've spent the past couple months slamming these balls every single workout, every single day. And in this video, I'm gonna tell you the 3 that I like best and why. So first and foremost, quick disclaimer, especially when it comes to wall balls, most wall ball manufacturers are gonna tell you straight up that they are not intended to be slammed. And in fact, you'll void the warranty on your ball if you use them in that manner. So make sure you check with the product details if that's something you're concerned about. Not something I was concerned about. I really just wanted to test out how durable each one of these balls are going to be, how they were going to perform. So I've been slamming them. At this point, I've slammed each ball over 500 times over the past couple months. And after all of those slams, my favorite one of the group has been this one. It's a PB Extreme ball. PB stands for Perform Better. So that's the company that makes them, and it's been phenomenal. Now, I will say this, the last school that I was at, these were the medicine balls that we actually had in the weight room. And I had never heard of a PB Extreme ball. I didn't know they had these until then. And I kept noticing like how well they performed and how well they stood up. And you're talking about in a collegiate weight room where they're getting slammed hundreds of times a day by athletes week in and week out. And they were absolute tanks. So that's why I ended up buying the ball to put it as part of the test. And after testing it out, it actually has ended up being my favorite one. First and foremost, from a price standpoint, I got my ball. I bought all of them on Cyber Monday, and I got this one for about 83 bucks. It was about $16 to ship it, so about $100 all in, which put it about in the middle of the pack as a whole. But the thing that stood out to me is the performance of it. This medicine ball is packed super tight. With a lot of medicine balls, you're gonna have a little bit of a slack, you're gonna have a little bit of give in the ball. This ball, it feels almost more like the hard rubber balls than it almost does a medicine ball. And because it's made like that, when you go to slam it, you get an unbelievable bounce off of it. A lot of the balls, you get a little bit of a bounce, but this one, if you're doing slams or if you're throwing off the wall or anything like that, you're gonna get an amazing bounce back off of it. And after 500 slams, like this looks like it looked the day that it came out of the box. The seams look great, the threading looks great, and it's been just an absolute tank, and it's performed unbelievable. And the fact that it's performed that well, and from a price standpoint, it was $30, $40 cheaper than some of the other ones I tested. That's why the PB Extreme ball has been my favorite one of the whole group. And once I'm done testing all the balls out, this would be the one that I probably use most in my day-to-day workouts going forward. The runner-up was actually the Dynamax medicine ball right here, the Dynamax wall ball. Now, Dynamax is probably the original medicine ball. So medicine balls, especially the wall balls, got super popular when CrossFit got super popular because exercises like wall balls are very popular within CrossFit workouts. And so that's kind of how the wall ball, medicine ball has kind of exploded, and there's tons of different brands and manufacturers that made them now. But 20 years ago when I was an intern at the University of Tennessee, this is what we had. We had Dynamax medicine balls, and every collegiate weight room that I've worked in since then has had Dynamax medicine balls. So maybe there's a little bit of bias there, but I've seen these things perform over the years, and I've seen these things get absolutely abused in weight rooms. And do they bust open occasionally? Yes, but we're talking about thousands and thousands and thousands of throws and slams and chest passes and tosses into a wall, and these things will hold up for a long, long time. So like the PB Extreme ball, the performance and the durability of this ball so far has been unbelievable. So it's not packed nearly as tight as the PB Extreme ball, but if you're throwing with a partner, that's actually a positive, not a negative. The hard rubber medicine ball, and maybe even a little bit of that PB Extreme ball, it would probably be the only downfall to it, is if you're throwing and catching with a partner, that little bit of softness in the ball is actually what you want, so you don't jam up your wrist as you're trying to catch it, throwing it back and forth. But even with that little bit of slack and a little bit of give in the ball, the bounce on it is still really, really good as well. It's got a really high bounce if you're throwing it, and it's going to work the same. If you're throwing it off a wall, you're going to get a nice bounce back to you as you're throwing it back and forth. And also, like the PB Extreme ball, like it looks like the day it came out of the box. Like there's no seams that look like they're fraying or shredding. The stitching on the front end has been great. Now, if you said to me, Coach, the gray and the black, not the best look. I understand that. This is kind of like the original, so it's kind of almost nostalgic to me to have a gray and black one, but they come in a ridiculous amount of different colors, and because they've been around so long, you can find them on a ton of different websites. You can get them on Amazon, which is where I bought mine. But obviously, Dynamax has their own website. Even on Perform Better, you can buy them on that website as well. Rogue sells them, so you can find them in a lot of different places. Now, probably the reason that the PB Extreme ball got the slight edge over the Dynamax ball, honestly, is pretty much because of price. So the Dynamax ball, I got it on Amazon. I got it for just under 130 bucks, free shipping, Amazon Prime. But the $30 difference in price is why I got to give the PB Extreme ball just a little bit of that slight edge, which is why it was the #1 choice, and the Dynamax was a close runner-up. But from a performance and durability standpoint, these two have been tops above all the other ones I tried out. The last ball that I want to highlight is what I would consider my budget pick, if you will, and that's this guy over here, and it's the Rogue Rubber Medicine Ball. All right, so it's the more of the hard rubber shell. And I got it for about 50 bucks off of Rogue. Shipping wise, the 3 Rogue Medicine Balls total came in at like 36 bucks. So if you want to break it up and say, hey, another $12 for shipping. So for about 60 bucks all in, that would be my best budget option. Now, there were some wall balls that I tested that was actually cheaper than that, but the performance and the durability of those I've not been super impressed by. So for a ball that's on the lower end price wise, but still going to have some good performance and still going to hold up well, this would be my pick for that. Now, it is a hard rubber medicine ball, so you're not going to get the same, if you're throwing with a partner or whatnot, you're not going to get that soft catch as you're throwing back and forth. It's a hard rubber ball. For wall balls, maybe it's not the best option, but for just a medicine ball for everyday use, for doing twists, for doing lunges, and for doing especially for slams and side slams, it's going to be a really good ball for all of those uses, and it's going to be a little bit less expensive. Now, from a performance standpoint, it's been really good. Now, because it is the hard rubber ball, you're going to get way more of a bounce with it than you are with the wall balls. So I would even say be careful with it. I can't tell you how many athletes that I've seen that almost completely smashed their face in because they weren't ready for that big of a bounce because they were used to a lower bounce from a wall ball, and they about smashed their face in. So if you need a ball that's going to be just a little bit lower price point wise, but it's still going to last you well. First of all, the look of it's awesome, and again, just like the PB Extreme ball and the Dynamax ball, like it looks the same as it did 2 months ago when I started using them, and I've been slamming them, using them since then. So if you're looking for a budget-friendly option, the Rogue Medicine Ball would be my choice for that. So that's my favorite 3 of the group. Now, I'm gonna put links to other review videos that I'm gonna be doing or other articles that I'm gonna be doing on some of the other medicine balls, because while those are my 3 favorites, there's been others in the group that I've also really liked as well. So if you're looking for a particular ball and you wanna see how it's performed and the durability of each one individually, if you've got a specific one in mind, go down in the description, check the links, and there's a good chance I've probably got an individual video or an article on a lot of these different balls that I've used. And finally, if this video helped you out a little bit, do me a huge favor, go down, hit the like button and the subscribe and all the buttons and the bells and all that, and leave me a comment. What is your favorite ball? Do you have one that you've been using out of this group right here? Leave me a comment, let me know.